Tonight on SmackDown Live AfterBuzzTV After Show, it's the last SmackDown AfterBuzz of 2018. We have year-end awards and presents. Stay tuned!
You're tuned in to AfterBuzzTV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
That's right, everybody. We're in the holiday spirit. We are live on AfterBuzzTV.com and AfterBuzzTV YouTube page, iTunes, SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, you name it, we are there, breaking down the world of WWE SmackDown here on AfterBuzzTV. What's up, everybody? I am Christian Rosenberg. Whole crew is here for the last SmackDown AfterBuzz of the year. We got, she's grooving along to the beat right now. It's Gabby Loren.
You know I used to be a dancer. Once a dancer, always a dancer.
There you go. You know who else used to be a dancer? Tom Connolly.
Oh, yeah. All the time.
That's what I thought. I mean, we're...
Only when I drink.
we're all excited. Gabby brought us cupcakes. I'm just going to keep eating this while we're on the air because I'm already in vacation mode.
So good.
I don't care.
And they're funfetti cupcakes.
They are funfetti. You probably can't see it from this, but like go real close. Maybe you can see it. There was an edible Santa on top of it. It's already been eaten.
Yep.
But hey, the year is over. Guys, this is our last show until January 8th.
What?
The way the calendar falls, which is crazy. I don't know what I'm going to do without being able to talk into a microphone for 3 weeks.
We never get this much time.
No, we don't.
Ever.
We don't.
Do you know how much stuff could happen?
So much.
This new era already started yesterday. So much happened tonight. We have 2 more shows until we come back.
That's right. And I mean, coming off the heels, I'm trying to get the cupcake out of here. Trying to get
There could be new champions.
By the way, the first
who knows what's gonna happen?
First 15 minutes of the show is going to be me trying to finish this cupcake. I'm just letting you all know right now.
I finished mine. I couldn't wait.
But I mean, on the heels of TLC, where really the only main talk about it was the 2 big SmackDown main event matches,
Obviously.
AJ and Daniel Bryan, and then the women's TLC match, which by God, that was amazing. We go right into this new regime, the era where us, the WWE Universe, are the authority.
Is that a good idea?
Is every week going to be Taboo Tuesday? Is that what's going to happen now?
I don't know.
I mean,
Title
Cyber
matches
Sunday?
I think it's going to be like GM mode on the SmackDown.
Xavier Woods and Tyler Breeze have really convinced them from Up, Up, Down, Down. We're now in GM
Championship
mode.
matches every week. TLC matches, cage matches, tables matches, everything. Every week's going to be like that. Got to keep those feuds going.
So the show starts with Shane addressing the entire roster. Let them know, hey, we're making these changes, blah, 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 kind of reiterating what was said on Raw. But then we find out, because the one question that I know I had after the announcement on Raw was, all right, so what's going on with Paige then?
I think she had the same question.
And Paige apparently has been relieved of her duties. She will have a new title yet to be named, but is no longer the general manager of SmackDown.
Boo.
I'm not okay with this. I love Paige as a GM, and I think that the only way she should be stepping down from the GM position is if she's coming back to wrestle.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have food in my mouth right now.
I don't think that's what happened.
We're going to be
At least
listening
yet,
to each other.
yeah. Yeah, I don't like this either. I mean, I understand why they did this on Raw. Raw was having the problems. SmackDown wasn't having problems.
No, they were not.
So why does it have to cross over into SmackDown? We were fine over here.
Yeah.
You guys were screwing up on Monday, not us on Tuesday. So, I mean, I think she'll become a manager for someone. That's what I'm guessing, because already Zelina Vega's already tweeting at her like, "Oh, you couldn't even get cast in your own movie." Like, so I don't expect you to be a good GM. Kind of thing. So I think that's where we're going with this. I think she's gonna maybe Paige and Mustafa Ali. Maybe. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know. I'm just throwing a name out there, based on what happened tonight.
We'll see as a sprinkle goes down my throat. We have Becky Lynch come out. Pretty much, Becky and Charlotte are angry because of Ronda Rousey from TLC, and rightfully so. Mm-hmm. She ruined the ending of an amazing, amazing main event.
Yes.
They both want to fight Ronda. And they also want the shot at the women's title, which now belongs to Asuka. Finally, but it belongs to Asuka.
Yeah.
And Asuka's like, all right, you know, who's ready for me? Who's gonna face me next? And Vince McMahon comes out.
What?
Because now the McMahons are everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And
If you weren't sick of them before, you may be sick of them in the future because they're on every show now.
And he's trying to decide, all right, who should be next for Asuka to have a shot? And instead, out comes Naomi. She's like, all right, these two have been having shot after shot after shot. How about someone else has a turn? And Vince's like, all right, do I get to dance to that music? Because then the answer is yes. So then we have Naomi versus her somewhat tag team partner, Asuka, for the Women's Championship. Boom, right here.
Amazing match.
Yeah.
This was really good. This was awesome by the two of them. I like the beginning was a lot of counters and Naomi doing a lot of like cool like flips and stuff to get out of like arm holds and stuff.
Well, it's the classic of, all right, we're like good friends, we're tag partners, so we know each other's moves type story.
I feel like Naomi has had a stellar year. All year long throughout 2018, she's been given really good matches. She's been given really great opportunities. She's won trophies. So she's done really good.
She won that weird-looking trophy.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
But it's so weird because she had a very, very good year. And it's weird because 2017, statistically, you could say was even better year for her, but she still had a great 2018.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, I mean, I love the. They were both in the corner, and Naomi did like a Russian leg sweep off the middle rope, which I feel like you never see anybody
Off the
do
middle
that.
rope, no.
Yeah, like you never see anybody do that. And then she did like I feel like she kind of stole the move from Nikki Bella that like her kick where she kind of jumps on the rope, like does a springboard kick.
Yeah.
She
The
did
chick
like
kick,
she did,
is
like,
that what they call it?
Yeah, she did like off the barricade on the outside.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, Asuka looks strong as champion still,
As
and
she
Naomi
should.
looked good too.
Yep.
So
Asuka lock for the win. Asuka retains, and Becky and Charlotte are out there just watching the match, just stewing. They're mad. They're like, we got to watch this, and we want our title, but we want Ronda. We want so much.
I thought it was weird they had them just stay out there to watch the match.
Yeah, without any commentary.
Yeah.
They're just so angry that they can't even get on the mic and say any words.
Yeah. I mean, I'm disappointed Becky doesn't have the belt anymore, but I think it'll
It's pretty
wide open
much
now.
it's pretty much set in stone now that she's winning the Rumble, right? I mean,
I don't know. I mean,
I think it's set in stone that she's winning the Rumble now.
I think the path, what I would lay out as a path for Becky is she wins the Rumble. She eliminates Nia to win the Rumble.
Okay.
But then I still think before she goes to face Rousey at Fastlane,
She has
or
a
whatever,
match with Nia.
She has a match with Nia because I think it's either Nia comes out and goes, no, I want a match. Like put your shot on the line.
Sure.
If you think you can beat me, like you barely beat me in the Rumble, kind of thing. And then we get that match to end that. Gives Becky the momentum to go into.
But then you have the question of, all right, what's Charlotte doing during all this?
I mean, somebody said it last week in the comments that we just have Charlotte Asuka 2 or 3 now for the belt at WrestleMania, which I'm totally fine with that if we're gonna go that way with it.
Gotcha. Jeff Hardy, because he's out there because he heard that Samoa Joe wants to apologize, so he's pretty much calling Joe out. And it's not really much of an apology.
No.
It's more so of an intervention. Joe's, you've hurt so many people over all this time. We need to get better at this. And Hardy's just like, well, I feel like you're insecure because you haven't had a singles championship in 2 years. And then they proceed to brawl, twist of fate, and Jeff Hardy takes out Joe.
That was it.
That was it.
It was pretty simple.
Yeah, probably not a good idea to piss off Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
No.
He'd be the last person I'd want to offend inside of a ring.
Just buy his Girl Scout cookies and leave him be.
Yeah.
That's all you need to
I
do.
thought it was fine. It's just setting up a match that we're gonna.
But we're getting the match next week, I believe.
Yeah.
So that was that, and then we had a quick little segment with Miz and Mr. McMahon.
I love this. Did you like this, Gabby?
I liked it.
Nervously knocking on the door.
I like when Vince is a part of the show because we don't always get to see Vince, especially on SmackDown. So it's nice when he makes these special appearances, and of course at the end of the year to close out the year. And it's really funny. I just love Miz's character. and how he just approaches Vince McMahon with this proposition and trying to convince him to get his son to join forces with him.
To get his approval.
Get his approval, yeah. Both.
Yeah. Well, he's essentially trying to ask future father-in-law for the hand of marriage.
Hand of marriage in the ring.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like what you're saying. I mean, there are some things with Vince McMahon that I'm just like, do we really need him on TV?
Yeah.
But things like this, I'm perfectly fine with.
Me too.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it was just what we needed to see from Vince. Like, I feel like last night was like, all right, I'm going to come out to the ring and make a big announcement and big a hoopla of something that may happen, may not happen. But this was just like classic Vince in the backstage segment, like with those Austin Kurt Angle ones where, you know, it just worked.
Yeah. And with that, Vince is like, well, you know, you can, you know, try to get his attention, earn it by, you know, winning the match. I'll find a partner for you and go out and win your match. And then that leads us to a mixed tag match with our mixed match challenge winners, R-Truth and Carmella. Can't wait to watch that all expense paid trip to Stamford, Connecticut. Against the team of Miz and Mandy Roode.
Don't you think this was an interesting pair-up to have Miz with Mandy Rose?
I love this pair-up.
Especially because you're so used to seeing Miz with Maurice, and they're kind of similar. I mean, very different wrestlers, but, you know, with the blonde hair and the bombshell look.
According to R-Truth, it was Maurice.
It's the new young blonde. Maybe
which could be a problem.
Maybe to entice Miz.
There's no replacing Maurice.
I know that.
Do you think Vince
Miz knows that too. He's not stupid.
Was Vince trying to distract Miz, or was he trying to help Miz in this situation?
I mean, I think it was just like, hey, we're gonna pair up with someone that we think that you could try to get along with, because obviously he had the falling out with Asuka during the mixed match challenge. So like, all right, let's pick a heel that will work with him. So it pretty much was gonna be, okay, it's either gonna be Mandy, Peyton, or Billie Kay.
But I wasn't expecting it to be one of the girls to come out. Were you expecting that?
Well, when we found out it was mixed tag match, yes.
But when did they say that? Maybe I just wasn't paying attention when they said it was going to be mixed tag.
They said, I think they said tag team match.
Yeah,
I don't know if they said mixed.
No,
Okay.
yeah, it was just she came out, and I was like, oh, okay. Then I was like, I know who they're going against, but I wasn't expecting it. I thought it was going to be either. I thought they were going to have him by himself.
I want
face Dwayne and Doug.
I don't know why I want this now, because it just came to my mind. I want Mandy to kind of like innocently flirt with Miz, like, we made a great team together, and Miz keeps brushing that off while he's trying to impress Shane, while Shane is brushing that off. Like Miz is just delusional to both sides of it.
That could work.
Yeah, and it would give Mandy something to do. And and Miz and Mandy get the win.
It would be nice if like Miz and Mandy start working together and this creates a storyline, and then they somehow at some point introduce Maurice back into the picture, and Maurice is upset that Mandy's working with the Miz, and that becomes a whole new angle.
Love triangle.
Yeah.
WWE never does things like that.
Like what they used to do all the time. Like even the Rusev Lana Aiden love triangle. Whether it was real or not.
Looking back at the highlights of the year, there was that one night in Milwaukee.
That happened in this year, man.
That was this year. That was only like 2 months ago.
Was that your favorite moment?
No.
We'll get into our favorite moments in a little bit.
Spoiler: no, that was not my favorite.
That did not make the list. Usos come out talking about they weren't the one pinned in the triple threat tag match. They have unfinished business with the bar. They want to shut at the tag titles. But then out comes Gallows and Anderson. Be like, hey, we're kind of sick of not being used because we're here and we're good and we should be used.
And they said since August, right, that they hadn't been really working for 4 months.
Yeah, they haven't been on TV in months.
That's insane.
Yeah.
And they're like, because it's always the bar, Usos, and New Day. And the bar and the Usos, and that's really what it's been probably since August. Which we enjoy all those matches, but yeah, it's just like, well, there are other tag teams. And this results in them having a match, having a very good match. As we start getting towards the end of the match, the bar comes out to try to interfere, but before they can even get to the ring, Sanity shows up and causes insanity. They did what they're supposed to do. It was first time for everything.
Yeah.
Matches no contest. Sanity beats the crap out of Usos and Gallows and Anderson, and then they kind of walk away just giving an evil laugh, and then Sheamus and Cesaro just run in and pick the bones.
Yeah. Well, they were just like, we beat you to it. They just kept saying that to them. Like, we beat you to it. And then just watching them.
But I really enjoyed this because, hey, they're talking about, new opportunities. And, hey, well, SmackDown never had this problem to begin with. But all of a sudden now we have Gallows and Anderson and Sanity both getting involved in the tag title picture, along with the Usos, and obviously the New Day are always going to be around there too.
I'm just wondering how, with all these new people coming up from NXT and new tag teams too, how they're going to find room to give everybody the airtime.
They don't have time now with who's on the roster.
A million% agree with that, yeah.
So what is going to happen? So not only are they moving people like Mustafa Ali from 205 Live to SmackDown, but they're also bringing up NXTers to the main roster when we don't have room currently for the people already on the roster.
We have a Ty Dillinger. We have, I'm trying to think of other guys that are on SmackDown that we just never see.
I mean, Ty's the one that stands out. Aiden English is another one. Our United States champion. But let's since you brought it up, let's touch on the 6 NXT superstars that they've announced. They announced on a Raw and on SmackDown. We don't know who's going to what show yet, but we already talked about Lars Sullivan because they've been promoting that one for weeks now. So we've already touched on that. Then we have Heavy Machinery, Tucker and Otis. I think personally, they're another tag team to add. As of right now, I don't think they will ever be tag team champions. But they're a comedic tag team. Otis is very entertaining.
I was going to say, how long do you think until Otis is doing like fart jokes and
2-3 weeks?
Yeah. I mean,
they're entertaining.
Yeah.
But they're not going to be ever considered, to me personally, like the top caliber. Hey, they're a legit threat to the tag team titles. We have them. We have Nikki Cross, who we've already talked about because she appeared on SmackDown not too long ago, where that's just long overdue. EC3.
That's cool.
That's gonna be fun. I'm just really curious how they're going to use him because I think he makes a fantastic heel.
Yeah.
But since he's been on NXT, he hasn't been a heel.
But I think that's where now you can bring him up to here and. He's kind of like a Bobby Roode, where it's like, we already have Bobby Roode on
top
Raw,
1%.
So I feel like we need him. Like you need him on SmackDown, just because I think it'd be weird if he went to Raw. But I think Sullivan's coming to SmackDown because we talked about it. We got Braun
on Raw. Yeah, I think Sullivan's coming to SmackDown.
I hope Nikki comes to SmackDown. It makes sense.
I think Nikki would also be SmackDown. And then I think EC3 would be SmackDown.
Yeah.
And then I think Heavy Machinery will go to Raw. And then also Lacey Evans, who, I'm going to be honest, the last year or so, she's gotten much, much better as a wrestler. She has really blossomed in that. I'm just worried that the character is going to be similar to No Way Jose.
See, I don't agree with you on that.
Well, explain.
But I mean, I think it's at least some kind of character where we already know what she is. It's not so generic of like we don't know where she stands or how she acts, and it's just someone like a Dana Brooke. What's Dana Brooke's character? Exactly.
Dana Brooke's not really doing much.
Well, but I just mean,
she looked pretty good on Raw last night.
But also, like, I don't get what she has no character. We don't know what she's doing. At least with Lacey Evans, she's a patriot and I don't know. There's something to her.
There's a lot of good things about her, but she's a heel.
I don't like her finisher though.
But that's like, and she's like the exact opposite of EC3 in regards to she's for military, mother, hard worker, and she wants to be a heel. But it's all like good things that she stands for.
Yeah, that's
like it should be the other way around. We should be cheering her.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the attitude of the person though that you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about this character either. I'm not sure how it's going to work and where it's going to fit in. But she kind of has to make it work somehow in some way, shape, or form. Because if she doesn't live up to the standards of being on this main roster, then she's gonna not be used like the rest of the people that are put on the sidelines.
I just feel like there's a lot of people coming up, and who knows if there's more coming down the road that we don't know about, that are just going to show up like after they do this kind of shakeup.
Yeah.
Where you're like
Undisputed.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
like where do these people go? Like what do we do with these people? Like I get the idea of calling people up and trying to shake it up, but you have
We make
people
Raw 8 hours long.
But you have people on both shows that are not being used. If you want to shake up the rosters right now. Throw some people to Raw, throw some people to SmackDown that are already there.
I don't know, and I just
You know?
also feel like there's going to be an issue with like this time of year and over the next few months with people losing contracts because you know that they're going to start firing people probably. It happens every year.
Yep.
They let people go.
Yeah.
So with all these people coming up, maybe they're going to be letting go of some people that we love, and that's hard to come to terms with.
I mean, I feel like we do have the 3 brands of, you know, I mean, I guess you want to, I'm not counting 205 Live.
NXT's a brand.
And that's what I mean, NXT. Raw, SmackDown, NXT. Take some of these Raw people and throw them back to NXT.
They've been talking more and more about doing that, though.
Tyler Breeze went down there and had a match with
had a great match.
Ricochet. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Ty, send him back down there because he can at least do something on that show that I think would make him more interesting and make him more of an asset to SmackDown in the end. So, yeah. I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens.
Yeah. And then main event of SmackDown, a tag match of AJ Styles and Mustafa Ali.
We missed the Rusev promo.
Did we miss? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you can't skip over that.
I'm sorry.
Handsome Rusev is back.
I'm sorry, Tom. Please describe Handsome Rusev to us then.
He has, what did he say? His bulging biceps and...
Same stuff he's been saying.
Yes. Yeah.
But next week he has a shot at the U.S. title.
And he did call Nakamura Sonic the Hedgehog, which I thought was pretty funny. He should have picked him.
Because of him in all blue.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And then Nakamura called him a total diva, which I don't understand. I thought the video made me like Rusev more. Did it make you like Rusev more?
Well, yeah, I just like his personality outside of the ring where he's just being silly. And they showed all these shots of him pretty much rolling up his shorts to make it look like he had underwear on. Yeah, showing off his legs. And yeah, it was cute.
It didn't make me mad. It didn't make me hate him, no, or think, oh, I don't want him to be United States champion.
Yeah, it's just poking fun at him, I think, to kind of like stir the pot.
Well, we'll see next week with that U.S. title match.
Yes, we will.
Because they've built up a feud for the United States Championship.
And now for my favorite match of the evening. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh, I thought you were just going to keep going with it.
Can I?
Nah, I don't care.
Daniel Bryan and Andrade Cien Almas versus AJ Styles and Mustafa Ali. I think this was one of the best matches actually of the year.
It was a great match, and
it was so phenomenal. Way to close out the show.
And Mustafa Ali officially now on the SmackDown roster. Opportunity.
See, like that's a good shakeup. That makes sense.
Moving him, and all of a sudden he's in the main event. Andrade Cien Almas is in the main event, where last week he wasn't even on the show. I don't believe.
No.
So those are shakeup moves.
And like, what a respectable way to bring Mustafa Ali onto the main roster permanently, where he did his stint last week. Now he has this tag team match, partnered up with AJ Styles. And they win, which is incredible. Like, they've really given him great opportunity.
Not just they win, but Mustafa Ali pins the WWE champion.
Exactly. Like they're really giving him
by shoving his knee on his face.
Oh, that looked nasty.
On the 540. Or 504, whatever. 554.
I know. It's
what was in this cupcake, Gabby?
Not drugs.
Did you get stuff from next door? Is that
yeah. We tell them what's next door so they understand what you're talking about.
There's a dispensary next door.
There's a medical marijuana shop next door. But I don't even know if it's medical anymore. It's just recreational.
No, I think it's just,
Tom and Gabby frequent it. I'm just saying.
We went and explored.
We went for a tour.
We stumbled across it one day because we were just like, what is this place? And then we walked in and it was a lounge. It's interesting.
But, I mean, yeah, like you were saying, though, an incredible matchup. Crazy way to end this SmackDown.
Yeah.
And so Mustafa Ali gets a title shot now, right?
I mean... I don't think AJ's getting his rematch, which I do. That's one thing I think.
Well, he did. Good. No, his rematch was at TLC.
Oh yes, he did. Yeah.
That was the rematch.
But also, Shane kind of said last night, like, oh, you're not guaranteed a rematch after you lose, which I think is so good. Let's not do that anymore. Let's have number one contender matches for belts, and let's not. I mean, this kind of is something they always do, where it's like, oh, the champion gets pinned, but also this is something new where it's a new person. It's not the same old, you know, people going for the belt.
His first win on SmackDown was over the WWE champion.
Yeah.
I mean, I can see them setting up, you know, say like next week we have Mustafa Ali versus Almas. And if Mustafa wins that match, then he does get a title shot or something like that.
Yeah.
And I could not wait for that match.
Yeah, but I think they also need to give it more time because Daniel Bryan just became a champion. So I don't think that it's a good idea to switch that over or even give...
Oh, no, I'm not even saying Mustafa wins the title by any means, but it's just the shock
but I
of
don't
a
want
new
him to
guy.
lose either. He's so good.
But, I mean, he lost last week.
But he's our new feel-good, just overall good guy.
Yeah.
However, it would be an amazing lead up to WrestleMania and have a WrestleMania match with Mustafa Ali and Daniel Bryan.
I don't know if they're going to give him that type of match this quickly at Mania.
Well,
but
I think it's more
never
Rumble.
know.
But Rumble,
I
maybe.
think Rumble could be,
maybe.
Like, I think he wins. I think almost they have him, not him versus Almas, but they do like one of those like 6-pack challenges.
Okay.
With a bunch of guys, just so it's like, okay, we don't know who's gonna win, and then you know
and then he ends up winning it.
Yeah. Like even if it comes down to him and AJ, you know. Yeah. And then he ends up beating like if he beats AJ in a match, and then he gets like that's like elevating this guy like out of nowhere. Yes. But this is the shakeups that I like though, and it makes sense and it works, and I love that Daniel Bryan is the champion.
Yep, and letting things like this happen
because he doesn't care. Like
he's just happy to wrestle.
Yes, he's like, I don't care. I like wrestling these guys, so I don't. Oh, it's not going to hurt Daniel Bryan to lose in this tag team match.
I feel like since Daniel Bryan's returned, he's lost more matches than he's won.
Yeah, but I also think he gets the business of wrestling. Like,
exactly.
It doesn't matter like if he wins and loses. Which I mean, I can always. I feel like I've harped enough of like, oh my god, this person really needs to win. Of other, not just Daniel Bryan, other people as well, but it also doesn't matter. Like, and especially when you have on Raw where Lesnar's never showing up, or when he does show up, he always wins.
Right.
Like, there's no surprise in anything. At least this was a big surprise.
Yep.
Good way to end the show.
Yep.
And AJ put him over as well. Like, AJ didn't take the pin. AJ took out Almas so he could get the win.
Yeah.
So,
and then AJ like celebrated with Mustafa. Like, you did it. You just pinned him.
Yes.
Instead of like, I got revenge on Nano. No, we're focusing this on you, Mustafa Ali.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
But I think that's what happens when you have those type of, you know, leaders on the show. That want to do this. And I mean, the writing team, I will say on SmackDown is better because they do plan this stuff out.
Yeah.
And make this stuff work.
It's true.
So, and entertaining.
You know what else is entertaining?
What?
Talking about year-end awards.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's the last, like we said at the beginning of the show, this is our last SmackDown of 2018.
That's so nuts.
Where did this year go? What happened?
Well, it started in January. And we like, you know, when it's our last show of the year, we like to almost kind of do our little makeup awards. We don't have any actual prizes. We'll tweet the winners, I guess.
They get the stamp of approval from us.
They get the stamp of approval, which is bigger than a Slammy.
Yeah.
I must say.
Oh, man, bring the Slammies back.
So I told Gabby and Tom to come. Now
it's official.
I feel like I'm missing my tux. This feels nice. So I informed them. I was like, okay, we'll give 3 awards. I think it's the same 3 that we did last year, but they worked well. Let's come up with a match of the year for SmackDown, moment of the year for SmackDown, and the SmackDown Superstar of the year. I told them if they just want to come up with 1, if they want to come up with top 3, top 5. Hopefully they didn't list the entire roster, because that would take forever.
Oh, man.
Sorry, Tom.
I thought we had it all night.
So let's see what we have. So let's start with match of the year.
Okay.
Anyone want to go first at all?
Well, you said we can include pay-per-views.
Yeah, as long as SmackDown-related match on a pay-per-view, that's fine.
So I have AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura at Money in the Bank.
As number 1?
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Oh, one of your, what was it, the favorite match?
That was the last man standing one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say, yeah.
Okay, so your pick was Nakamura and AJ Styles Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
I love these things because I have a feeling we're all going to be completely different. Tom, what do you have?
One of them that I had is Charlotte and Becky, Last Man Standing.
Last one at Evolution?
Yeah.
Also incredible match.
Yeah.
I had a top 3.
Okay.
And these were ones that I think of off the top of my head because the argument for both of those is perfectly legit and could very well be on those. So my top 3, I have, and all these honestly of mine are fairly recent. It was on SmackDown, Rey Mysterio versus Andrade Cien Almas. That match was just like the personification of Lucha Libre wrestling.
I remember that.
And was outstanding. Second was not too long ago when Daniel Bryan versus AJ Styles on SmackDown for the WWE title when Daniel Bryan won the championship.
That would have been one of mine too.
That match was utterly insane. And as utterly insane as that was, I know it just happened. But the TLC match this past Sunday, to me, bar none, is the SmackDown match of the year.
Yeah.
I could not believe what those 3 women did in that match. They were more hardcore than a lot of guys are in that match.
Yeah. Those kendo shots.
Oscar with the kendo stick was insane.
Charlotte with it was insane.
Becky jumping off the ladder onto Charlotte, who's on the table, and the table didn't fully give.
Yeah.
So Charlotte's ribs literally probably shattered and then kept going for like another 15 minutes.
The flip onto the table, putting Becky through the table from Charlotte.
There was so many amazing things on that match. To me, that was the SmackDown match of the year.
I think I can't decide if I'd almost have to watch the Last Man Standing one again. I just think that just that whole night was just an awesome night. So, and I think those two just went into it of like, well, we're not the main event, but we're making this the main event.
Yeah.
So they were just like, we don't care.
Right.
I also would say tonight with Mustafa Ali, the tag team match that we were just talking about, just him being brought up and what we've seen transpire over the last few days of the year, I think that you have to acknowledge that this is definitely one of the best pairings, and it was a phenomenal match to close out SmackDown.
All right. How about the SmackDown moment of the year? Well, I went last time, so I'll go first this time. So again, I have a top 3. I have number 3 at SummerSlam when Becky Lynch snapped and pretty much turned heel temporarily. Then eventually they just gave up and made her face, but that was her heel turn. Number 2, and I kept going back and forth between number 1 and number 2. I'm like, which one would I put above the other? I ended up number 2 being when Daniel Bryan won the title.
Okay. By
cheating and turning heel.
We're like all gonna have the same things. I'm just saying.
And number 1 was Daniel Bryan returning.
Damn,
that one I figured.
Like my 3.
But honestly, we all knew that Daniel Bryan return was definitely going to be in all of our lists for that one for sure.
So adding to what you said, because I agree with everything. Also, you know, Daniel Bryan, when he won the championship and became the new Daniel Bryan, I think on that second SmackDown episode that he had the championship.
Was it just last week or 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, it was recent. So, like, that for me was one of my favorites because, like, I felt like he really came into his character at that point, and that's the moment I really appreciated. And then, of course, Becky Lynch winning the WWE Championship and also turning heel, but specifically at Hell in a Cell versus Charlotte. So.
And mine is the invasion of on Raw with Becky.
The invasion.
I think that maybe overall that may be the moment of the year because that really set up everything. Yeah. And I mean, there was a lot
just the pose with her with the blood down her face.
But even though that wasn't really like a SmackDown.
No, but
I mean, it was SmackDown attacking Raw, so I'll count it.
If that's going to be a thing, then can I say that my favorite SmackDown match of the year, even though it wasn't SmackDown, was Charlotte Flair versus Ronda Rousey at Survivor Series? Because that was one of my favorites too.
It's very loosely. There are very loose rules in this award show.
Great. As long as one SmackDown person is included.
But I thought that night alone set off so many different points and stories from it alone. That's like crazy how it's one of probably the biggest moment of the year.
Yeah.
And finally, the biggest award, because I'm just randomly saying it's the biggest award, SmackDown Superstar of the Year. Do you have a 1? Do you have a top 3? Do you have a top 5? I'm just warning you ahead of time. I have a top 5 for this one.
I'll give it top 3.
I have at least like 3 or 4.
Okay, so Tom, you begin.
Okay.
This.
I'll do 4.
Okay. Number 4.
Number 4, The Miz.
Okay.
Always shows up, always kicks ass, always knows what to do. I can't wait to see him and Shane win the tag team.
Number 3.
To completely blow up the SmackDown tag team division. Number 3, AJ Styles.
Okay.
Amazing champion.
Number 2.
It's going to be really sad when he goes to Raw. Number 2, Daniel Bryan. He's like my favorite wrestler. It was, I mean, I wouldn't have dreamed he actually came back at WrestleMania. Like, he was the only reason why I went to WrestleMania, was to see him wrestle.
You literally,
went to
had no plans going to WrestleMania until he announced he was back, and then you found a plane ticket.
Yes. So,
and then number 1?
I paid good money to go see him at WrestleMania. And he would win the belt again.
Yep.
Like, I never thought. Number 1, the man, Becky Lynch.
Got it.
Yeah.
Gabby.
Enough said.
My top, AJ Styles, because of his consistency and his like.
What number? Like, or is he number 1?
Yeah, he's number 1.
Oh, okay, he's number 1.
She's like 32.
Okay.
Yeah, I have a lot here.
She has the entire roster listed.
I'm not gonna really like rate and order any of the other people, but
Okay.
AJ Styles for sure is my top because he provided so much consistency for us throughout the whole entire year on SmackDown, and he had so many good moments. Not only that, but he had the longest title reign for SmackDown, being a champion, which was 371 days. So I just felt like every match he delivered, even if it was back-to-back, especially the ones with Samoa Joe, he always showed up and did a really phenomenal job. He never looked tired. He always gave a good performance. So AJ is my MVP. Also, actually, Samoa Joe, I'm going to stick in there. I think Samoa Joe is phenomenal this year with his storyline. Then I'm going to do Rey Mysterio since he came back.
Okay.
And Andrade, because when he first debuted, I thought he was doing phenomenally. It's just unfortunate we don't get to see him as much. And then, of course, The Miz, because of his character. I think he is one of the best personalities on our roster. He continuously entertains us week to week. And Daniel Bryan, of course, for really making us believe that he can be a heel.
Yes.
And doing a good job at it. And then for the women, Becky Lynch at the top because of everything she's endured, from getting her face busted to being champion, having her heel, not heel moments, booing, cheering moments, whether or not you want to agree or disagree. She's created so much controversy. People love her, hate her, and we've had so much conversation just based off her character and her role on SmackDown. And then Naomi, because I think she continuously delivers. The Iconics for their personality and their edge that they add to SmackDown that nobody else really brings to the table. And Charlotte for giving her
You just named the whole roster.
No, I didn't. I'm giving you my top 5. Meanwhile, I think
you have one more, too.
Yeah, those girls are only 4, so I can give you one more.
You have 5 men and women?
You have one more.
Oh, you're going to say Kevin Owens?
Yeah, I was trying to.
So is that before he moves?
Sure.
I didn't know I was allowed to include him, so.
He was on SmackDown during the year, so you can include him.
I just knew you were going to do it just because.
Yeah, I know, right? I was thinking of that. So Kevin Owens will always be someone who I hold dear to my heart. He provided me a lot of inspiration this year on SmackDown for our AfterBuzzTV after show, especially for my wrestling rap. So thank you, Kevin Owens.
All right, so my
He's coming back soon.
my top 5.
Okay. Do we have time for this?
Yeah, I know because of Gabby's, we ran out of time, guys.
Sorry, guys.
No, it's fine.
They're all good though.
Oh yeah, and it's interesting because of like the different ranks. So number 5 is Daniel Bryan. I have him number 5. I mean, all the reasons that have already been discussed are the reason for it. But I was also really looking for people to me who really stood out even more than what we've seen them before. So my number 4 is the New Day. Because not only did they win the tag titles again, but we had a lot of singles matches with them, and we saw them really elevate individually over the course of this year as well.
I was like, the music ran out.
It's okay. It's fine. Music can stop on me. Number 3, no one's mentioned yet.
I know what you're gonna say.
Who am I going to say?
The Usos?
No.
Oh.
Carmella.
Ooh.
Carmella, for the first 2/3 of 2018, ran the women's division on SmackDown. I know the last couple months she's kind of been like happy-go-lucky doing the dance breaks and all that, but she was a champion for somewhere between 4 and 5 months. She was main eventing. She beat Charlotte. She beat Asuka.
Yeah.
She held that division down until we had the Becky Lynch explosion. And she does not get enough love for what she did this year. Carmella did great. And then number 2, AJ Styles, for what we said, champion for 371 days, beating everyone, facing everyone, just incredible matches. And number 1, Becky Lynch. I mean, to me, there's no question.
Yeah.
Becky Lynch, all the way with that. So those were the awards And now we have presents.
All been waiting for.
We have presents! Yay, presents!
Yay!
Yay! Holiday presents. Ooh.
All right,
great
I was going to tell you to
song.
play this song.
Oh.
Christmas.
All right, who's going first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Christmas tree.
I have him in my bag right here. Hold on, I gotta open the bag.
Why are you pulling a dog out of that bag? You got us a puppy?
Yep.
Yay! I love puppy.
We'll split it. Have to, yeah.
We can do like shared custody.
Yeah. You get it for a month, I'll get it for a month.
By the way, so I have bags, and the bags say I wrapped this myself.
That's cute.
Because
Clearly you did it.
I cannot wrap presents.
I have bags.
I'm gonna save that back.
So-
because
Mine
it's
doesn't
pretty
say anything about
hysterical.
it though.
So the thing, I always try to think of, shirts that my co-hosts are fans of, and they might not have yet. Also, by the way, we have no idea what we got each other.
Yeah, no.
So part of us is hoping and dreading whether or not we ended up getting each other the same things. Tom, this one is for you.
Okay.
Gabby, this one's
Gabby,
for
you go
you.
Thank you. You wanna go first?
No, you can go first.
Okay. Thanks.
Gabby opens it up.
The man! Yeah, that's great.
She's got herself a Becky Lynch shirt.
I love this.
Because we all know when it comes to this panel, Gabby's the man.
Oh, I love that. It
It's-
even is better when you said it like that. Thank you.
I'm just stating facts.
You're the best. Thanks.
All right, let's see.
Tom?
Let's see what I
Great
got.
gift. Thank you.
It's a WWE shirt.
Yeah, yes, it's the.
Oh, nice. A Samoa Joe shirt.
Oh,
I didn't think you had Samoa Joe.
I don't have
and I
it.
know you love Samoa
I
Joe.
don't have a Joe
This.
shirt.
There you go.
Nice.
Yes.
Thank you.
I'm starting out on fire.
Yes.
All right, who's next?
you wanna go next?
Yeah, I'll go next.
Everyone watching at home and listening, they're just super jealous that we have presents.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna get presents too. Well, not from us, but
Next week, don't worry. It's coming up.
Yeah, Christmas coming up. Gabby, you go first.
Okay.
Good one.
Gabby's bag is much larger than mine. I just want
Yeah,
to point that
well,
out.
Size ain't nothing but a number, I guess.
It didn't fit in the small bag.
What?
Yeah, it doesn't mean that it's bigger or better. Bigger
Oh,
means
you're gonna love that.
Oh, this is something I could use right now. What? It's a Kevin Owens sweatshirt. Oh my god. I just died and went to heaven. Thank you. Oh my god. You know, I so need sweatshirts right now. Like,
Yeah.
I only have Kevin Owens t-shirts, so this is like amazing.
to snuggle
See, I
up,
figured it's
to
cold.
snuggle up when it's chilly over the holidays. Snuggle up with your
Oh,
Kevin
I'm already
Owens.
freezing. LA has been cold lately.
Yeah, it's been down in the 60s, guys. It's
Kevin
so
Owens.
cold.
I think it's been colder than
All right,
that.
let's see what I got
like
here.
your
I hope you
bag,
like
too, with the
this.
snowflake.
All right, what do I got? What do I got? What is this one? I don't even know.
so much.
What is this one?
You'll see.
Oh, an Uso shirt.
Yeah. I was like, I don't think you have an Uso shirt.
I don't have an
Nice.
Uso shirt.
And I really like that one.
And
I
this
was
one's
like,
really, it's very thin
yes,
material.
yeah.
I like this a lot. Yeah, down
stylish.
down since day one-ish.
Yes.
What up, Oos? I got me a shirt, and he got the right size. Everything's good. Thank you, Tom.
I wasn't sure about that. I was like, I'm just gonna guess.
I'm big. I get it. Gabby.
So you guys, I want you to open your gifts, but then I have cards that I always like you to read if you feel comfortable.
Want me to read the
On
card
the air?
out loud on the air?
Yes, but I think you
Ooh.
should read it after you open your gifts.
Okay, so open the gift first, and then we'll read the
Nothing
card.
gets given away. So Tom,
Okay.
and the cute
what
little
is
gift
this?
wrap
This is
paper.
heavy.
It's Christmas dogs.
Oh, I like that. Yeah. Look, there's a pug like my dog.
Christian and Tom.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
Well, no, when you
You're
handed
gonna ruin it.
when you handed it to me,
open
I was
it.
like, "What is
Keep
that?" noise?
shaking it to
Are
try
we
to
opening
figure
at the
it
same
out.
time?
Should we open at the same time?
Yeah, open it at the same time, but
Okay.
then you can each explain what yours are at different times.
Okay.
So we can hear it.
Oh, you know what?
You already know, huh?
Well, I can see from the box.
Okay, there we go.
I got me some booty-os!
What is mine?
Booty-os! What did you get?
What is this?
What is
That was
that?
a game?
It's a mouthpiece game where it's like WWE
Oh, that's
trivia.
awesome.
Read the back, actually. It's pretty cool.
I so
Watch
want to
your
play
mouth.
that.
I know. That looks fun.
I know. I figured it would be amazing for us all.
Oh, that's cool.
What is it?
like
How does that game work?
Like you put that thing in your mouth and you have to like say whatever's in the
Like
card,
catchphrases
and
or
they have to
whatever?
And then we
they
have to guess what it
you're
is,
saying.
and they're all WWE catchphrases.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh God! If we had time, we would. We gotta
We
figure
should
out
do it
time.
on a show.
We gotta figure out time towards the end of one of a show. Done. We won't have time today.
Yeah.
For us to try to play that game. And
That looks really fun.
Now here's
Thank
the
you.
thing. With this box of Bootios, I'm almost afraid. Like I feel like I shouldn't open it,
I feel like
but it's
Yeah,
delicious
like,
cereal
yeah.
inside.
Well, you could save the box after you're done
That's
eating
true.
it.
Yeah.
I have not tried.
careful opening
I've never tried Bootios.
I never
And they're
did either.
freaking. That's the most expensive cereal
Oh, it
I've
is.
ever bought,
Yeah.
like in my life. Like, who would have thought it was that expensive?
Yeah, why is it gotta be? Oh, because I think you have. I think there's a shirt inside.
Is there
Oh,
a
is
shirt?
there?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
I
think
didn't
it
even
comes
know
with a shirt.
that.
That's why it's so expensive.
So there's a shirt and a cereal
I think so. Does
inside.
it say on the front?
Well, how do you know what size?
Should
it
I
is?
I don't
open it
know.
now and see?
I mean,
Or-
sure, why not?
All right.
Try the Bootio, I guess.
I could try a Bootio. I just don't want to rip the top of it. I feel like people at home watching, you have a box of Bootios, don't open it, don't damage it, too late. All right, well, let's see. I mean, there's the bag of, no shirt, but there's the bag of Bootios cereal right there.
Oh, you still got the cereal. Let us know how it tastes.
Yeah. I already had a cupcake on the air, might as well try this too. Take a little handful, get a couple marshmallows in there.
Oh, thank you, Gabby.
You're welcome. Do you want to read it?
No, it's personal,
Okay, fine.
and I don't know who this Christian guy is.
I definitely
But
taste
you
the
need to read yours.
I will. I definitely taste the sugar, which is a good thing. And now I'm having trouble closing the box.
Wait, so no
Oh,
shirt?
there's some
No
stuff
shirt.
on the side. I think there's like.
Oh,
things
there
you
are
can
different
play.
games and stuff on the box. I've seen the
Yeah.
boxes before.
There's a few different
Here.
games on
All
there.
right, let's see. Now I got the card. Oh, it's like a fancy card too. It's got a nice little wreath on it. I have to read it out loud. Oh, it's upside down. Got to read it out loud. Oh, she wrote a lot.
Yeah, of course, I always do.
First off, may the warmth and traditions of the season fill your holiday with special happiness. That's what the card said. That's not what she said.
Yeah.
Not only are you super talented as a wrestling reporter, you're also amazing to co-host and work with. You're a true friend, and I've had so much fun hanging with you and the gang all 2018. To many more memories come 2019. P.S. Your gift now makes you our honorary ABTV Mr. Bootiesworth. Dreams
That's
do
why I
come
got
true.
you that, because I knew that you wanted.
That just makes this, no pun intended, that much sweeter.
Yep.
Thank you, Gabby.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. And I do want to say one more thing with this, because we've had so much fun this year. I'm gonna have to take off the headphones with this part.
Oh.
Yeah, so sorry, I can't hear the music at the moment. But we've had so much fun with this part. Not only just having fun with each other and goofing off, but we get to talk about, this is probably in my shot, sorry. I should move that box. We'll talk
know what
about
he's doing.
how SmackDown is the A show. And I really feel that
Uh-oh.
You're sweating. huh?
that we need
Oh, he's getting naked.
we need to brag that SmackDown is in fact the A show. So you guys got a bonus gift as well.
All right, yeah.
We got more?
You guys got
You got me a Daniel Bryan shirt?
no.
Yeah.
You guys got SmackDown shirts. Check which size is which.
Oh my
You also got
goodness.
SmackDown.
This
And
is a large.
okay, so
That's mine.
that's Tom's then.
Are you sure?
Yes, that's. And then for our awesome engineer Steve, who's been putting with us all year, Steve, you're part of the SmackDown team too.
All right.
You got yourself a SmackDown
Yes.
shirt as well, Steve. So that is for you. Come in here and get that. And we got Cruiser's Closet music. I put the headphones back on and Cruiser's Closet music playing. Because we represent SmackDown Live, and we need to thank each and every one of you who has watched, who has downloaded, who has shared, who has tweeted, who has commented throughout this year. There's been an incredible year of support from you guys. We've had so much. We don't do this without you watching and listening. We don't have fun without you guys being a part of it. And we thank you so much for all this fun. We've all been here a long time. End of January will mark 6 years that AfterBuzz put up with me. And I know Gabby's been here a long time.
Like 6 or 7.
Tom's been here for a long time. I don't know how we haven't been fired yet. But it's because of you
'Cause we're on
guys.
the A show, that's why.
We're on the A show. SmackDown proves that we are the A show. So, on behalf of all of us, thank you guys so much for an incredible year. We can't wait to keep doing this next year. And keep chatting with us. We're going to be off a few weeks because the studio's going to be closed. But you can chat with us because I'm not going to be taking notes on SmackDown for a few weeks. I don't know what to do with myself. You guys are going to have to tweet me so I'm doing something during the show. And talk to us on various forms of social media. Tom, how can people reach out to you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at TomTheCom. Check out Connolly Central on Etsy. buy some rings, buy some good Christmas presents.
Yes.
If you get a Funko Pop, come check out my store and get a stand for your Funko Pop.
There you go.
That's it.
Gabby,
Thank you for the-
Gabby's surrounded by gifts.
Yes, thank you for the extra shirt.
Yes.
Yeah. Woo.
Yes, I am. So, you guys, I hope you all have a very happy holiday, whether you celebrate Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, whatever it may be. We love you, and thank you so much for tuning in all year long. Stick with us in 2019 and enjoy your new year, and I hope you have many, many, many blessings. If you guys want to keep up with me on the break, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Gabby Loren TV. Thank you so much again.
And follow me on Twitter at Will Rosenberg, Instagram, The Will Rosenberg. Pro Wrestling Tee. You can buy yourself a Rosenberg t-shirt for the holidays. ProWrestlingTees.com/Christian Rosenberg. ColorNobleBrand.com. Promo code Rosenberg. Save yourself 10%. And for all your AfterBuzz TV news and gossip, follow them on Twitter at AfterBuzzTV. Thank you all so much for an incredible 2018. Just wait to 2019. For Tom Connolly and Gabby Loren, I'm Christian Rosenberg. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. We'll see you next year.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.